Well, hello, my ex's husband. I know you'd probably check this channel from time to time, and so I made this video, just for you. And I will tell you up front that, unfortunately, you've married probably a sociopath. Most definitely a covert narcissist. Now, I loathe to call her a sociopath because, like Paul Leland points out, what does that say about me for loving her the way I did? I can tell you some facts about her, though. Well, for one, she was the product of an unwanted, unplanned pregnancy. Her father resented her mother because her father definitely could have done better. Unfortunately, her father believed he did better in his second marriage when he married a stripper. Now, this stripper turned out to be like all strippers. By the way, MGTOW's men in general never marry a stripper. She was hot. I'll give her that. 5'8", 5'10", like a 9 or a 10. Right, but she, like most strippers, is a selfish, woman. Not that all women are selfish. I'm just saying. And she was a crack addict. But you have to understand, when your wife was a little girl going through puberty, the woman who ushered her through that phase was not her mother. Her mother was busy trying to hook up a new beta provider. I won't give his name. I won't give any names. In fact, YouTube, this is all fictional. This is all, any resemblance to people real or fictional is totally coincidental. So, when she was going through puberty, she had to live up to a 9, 10 standard, a stripper standard, a 5'8", 5'10" stripper, who taught her how to con men out of money. Yes, your wife was there the whole time. Her stepmom was scamming men for crack money. Also, she was left in crack homes occasionally. God knows what happened there. And that's to sort of not excuse, but to explain. Right? Okay, she learned from a very early age that men are utilities. They're tools. They're tools for sex, tools for money, objects to be used. And if you think it was any coincidence that, how shall I say, you fell out of love with your first wife only after spending prolonged periods of time with your second wife, yeah, you're fooling yourself. She was slowly brainwashing you. What you have to understand is that your wife's favorite book is The Prince by Machiavelli. Now, most psychologists who went to graduate school and study psychology testing, well, it's like one of the scales on the sociopathy test. Right? How high do you rate on Machiavellianism? It's her favorite book. And if you think it was any coincidence, you sort of got brainwashed out of love with your first wife, and sort of fell in love with her. It wasn't. It was all her plan. Now, I won't go into everyone surrounded by you. This is a discussion to you, because I want you to know that I know for a fact she's cheating on you. She's been cheating on you. She was cheating on me the whole time. Yeah. We were just beta chumps. We were just the financial utility. Huh? And if you ever wondered why she was so good in bed, guess what? She only learned maybe half that stuff from me. Half. The other half I don't want to tell you. What you have to look out for is her smile. She has the sociopathic sneer. The lying smile. Okay? Let me pop out some other facts. Shortly after you were freed up from your first wife, and she was freed up from me, she got pregnant. She probably sort of shamed you and bullied you and manipulated you into a second marriage. And she's really good at making you think things are your idea. She's really good at that. Okay? Also understand, every time she has a urinary tract infection, does she have urinary tract infections a lot? That's, she's cheating on you. She's cheating on you. And trust me, I know, I can see it now. Hindsight removed, red pill, I can see it. Also, she's really good at playing the victim. She learned that from her stepmom. All right, and I'm sure you've met these people by now. I'm sure you've met them by now. Her extended family. Her extended family that if they were African American, everyone would be like, ugh, typical urban low-end people. But because they're mostly white, yeah, she gets a pass. And so, you're going to need to check that, man. I'm not going to tell you to go full-on simp and start checking her text messaging or her email or her Facebook. But yeah, if you're leaving her at home a lot so she can, quote-unquote, take care of the kids, oh, she's taking care of something else, buddy. Does she check Facebook? That's just a sign of a woman who wants to cheat. Does she text a lot? Is she texting? Who's she texting? Why? And if there's a guy who's an old friend from high school around, I won't say his name. I can't say names. But, that guy is screwing your wife. All right? No, I'm telling you this. Because I want you to hire a private detective so that you can screw her in the divorce court, not her screw you. Because trust me, as it stands now, you're totally screwed. You're totally screwed. Also understand she's really good at abusing you psychologically. She's master of the double projection. She'll project onto you behavior she does, right? To the point where you start doing them, and then she'll blame and shame you for it. It's really weird. It's really weird. She'll drive you to do things that abusers do because she's an abuser. And then when you just start doing what she does to you, she'll blame and shame you for abusing her. I'm sure you're experiencing this by now. I'm sure you realize that you bit off way more than you could chew. And if the only thing that matters to you is your kid, private investigator. Now, this is to my listeners, to the YouTube audience, to the MGTOWs and others. This video is sort of my beginning of the confession of my matriarchy tales. This is a matriarchy tale, unfortunately. And to that end, well, I'm going to say to my ex's husband, brother, we're always here for you. When it finally blows up in your face, we're going to be here for you. Okay? And I believe she just started out as a covert narcissist because of insecurity issues because of her stepmom when she was going through puberty. But then, because of certain psychological and biological drives, and then because one lie lead the next, she kind of forced herself into sociopathy. Does she seem distant? Does she seem like she's faking emotion? Does she really love oral sex on you? Does she really love performing oral sex on you? That's the key to her control. She loves doing it because it demonstrates control over you. And she's really good at it because she's had a lot of penises in her mouth. All right, buddy. Well, you have a nice day, and I hope you'll go your own way. Yours truly, M.